welcome back to my channel, Ruth Mania, JNTV. I have two special cards today. These are exact copies, the one on the left and the one on the right. They're both Babe Ruth and Headin Home cards. They were for his movie that he released in the 1920s. I believe it was actually in 1920. And this one is known as the follow through below the waist card. Very nice corners. And then we have one here that's not graded. It has some creasing. There has not been many of these cards found, and there's not many in the PSA or SGC registration. I'll show you the back of this card on the left. That's what you want to look for on an original. And here's the one on the right. Babe Ruth and Headin Home. Babe Ruth played in a few different movies. He played in Pride of the Yankees, I believe. He played in Babe Comes Home. And he played in Headin Home. I showed you an earlier video of the Babe Comes Home theater poster I have in my collection. And that was his lost movie. They have not found any copies of it. This would, in my opinion, this would be the second most scarce movie that he was in, Headin Home. Anything from this movie would be, I'd say, almost just as hard as finding anything from Babe Comes Home. I'm going to put this one here on the right under a loop, and I'll show you what to look for if you have never seen a lithograph. Maybe I can show you and get it to focus so I can show you the details of how this card was printed. It may be hard to see on this camera because it doesn't want to focus for me. You can see it slightly, the lithograph on his hat and his face. And this is underneath my jeweler's loop. And then if you go down here and you look at the name on the card, if I can find it, there we go. Where is it? There we go. You can see that the name is the same exact card, the same color as the cardstock. That's what you want to look for. Since it's not in black ink, the black ink would have been solid, but since the name is in the card, the ink is around the actual name, and that's what you want to look for. The name is actually just the cardstock. It's not printed on there. That's how you know if it's a lithograph. The black ink should be solid. Yep, everything looks good. Like I said, 1920 Headin Home Babe Ruth card. And I have two of those in my collection. I'm going to show you a few snapshots of what these went for at auction. Sometimes these cards have some stamping on the back stating which theater they came out of when they promoted the movie with these cards. Here you can see that it sold for $8,400 in 2018, just 2 years ago. And since then, his cards have risen in value 10% each year. Here we have a 1931 W515 Babe Ruth throwing card. A W517 1931. A few different variations of this card was produced when it was manufactured. I was told this could be a 1937 Macy's giveaway card. It's either from the 1931 or it's the 1937 Macy's giveaway card. But it's definitely an original. And I'll try to show you how it looks under the light. Pretty cool card. And here's the back. It's nice and clean. There's a few blemishes. But overall, for a 90-year-old card, looks pretty good. I'll put it under the loop, see if we can show you the detail of how it's printed. Maybe hard to see. Let's see if I can adjust the light here. You can see that it's a lithograph. Pretty cool image of Babe Ruth. I can't remember, but I believe that he's in his Boston Red Sox uniform here, and they used it for a later card, even though he's playing for the Yankees in the American League. And this is card number 4, W517 Babe Ruth. This card is also undervalued, but it's pretty scarce in the collecting world. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching.